So you want to go out and film, right? Well, you've got to learn what you're doing, just like when you learn to drive a car someday. You have to learn how to operate that car and know the rules of the road before you go out and drive. It's the same thing with the equipment. You're going to watch this video and then you're going to pass a test to be able to go out and film. If it's your day to film, the first thing you're going to do is head over to the sign out station and sign out whatever equipment you are going to use. That includes your phone if you're using that. If someone else is on the computer, you can also use the QR code to sign out the equipment. You will see that I also have a list of study halls here, which you will need if you're filming students. If you're going to film, obviously you will need a camera. We have 5 cameras. They are all color coded, so you can put them away neatly. 3 of them, red, orange, and yellow, are Canon cameras. Blue and pink are the new cameras. All of the cameras video in the same way by pressing this button to start and then to stop videoing. You will see a red dot on the screen to show you that you are recording. The zoom on all of the cameras is in the same place, which is in the back on the top. You can see what you are filming on the screen that opens out, and the screen will flip around the other way, which is a great thing if you are out filming by yourself for some reason and you're using a tripod. Makes it easy to see what's being filmed. There are some differences between the Canon cameras and the new cameras. The pink and blue cameras do not have a touch screen, and they will also take pictures by pressing this button. The Canon cameras will also take pictures, but you will need to switch modes to use the touch screen. 3 of the cameras have charging cords, which you need to plug in when you're finished. They are the pink, blue, and yellow cameras. The red and orange cameras can no longer be charged by cords, so the batteries need changed on them. You will need to check the batteries before you go out to film. You can see the battery level on the screen on all of the cameras. On the red and orange cameras, you move this little slider to slide the old battery off and then slide the new battery on. The batteries are on the shelf next to the sign out station. If you are returning the camera and the battery is low, charge it. The pink, blue, and yellow cameras need to be charged by their cables, so make sure to plug them back in. If the batteries are low on those, plug them back in and get another camera. The new camera plugs are in the back underneath the cover. The new cameras, the yellow camera plugs in here under the hand strap. Always make sure to return the video cameras to their colored spots. That way I can quickly determine if anything's missing. And you also need to either plug them in or change the battery if they need it. You don't want to get a camera with a dead battery, so be considerate. If you are doing interviews or other videos that you need to hear people speaking, you will want a mic. The cameras and phones all have built-in microphones, but it is too easy to pick up background noise, which makes it hard to hear. You want to be able to hear the people speaking crisp and clear, so you will need a mic to help. Most of the microphones are over by the black pegboard. The camera microphones are here in the black bins. They are color-coded, so you put them back in the right spot. And you will wire tie the cords neatly and hang it over the matching hook. These microphones plug into the side under the view screen on the Canon cameras, which are the red, yellow, and orange. If you tap or speak into the microphones, the indicator bar will bounce. The pink and blue cameras don't have an indicator bar. They plug into the back underneath a cover. Now we're going to look at the wireless camera mics. They are in the yellow bins, and there's a receiver and an A and a B mic. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do is put the batteries in by squeezing and pulling on the battery compartment, installing the batteries. The batteries are located on the shelf next to the cameras. And once the batteries are in, you're going to press and long hold the button near the top. Now you can see there's two blinking green lights. That's telling me that I need to now connect it to the microphones. So you want to long press the other two, the microphones. Now when the A comes on, it has both lights on. However, the receiver has one solid and one blinking. When we do the same thing to B, same thing happens, turns both green lights on, and now it's connected. There is a slide above the battery compartment on the receiver that lets you choose which microphones you're using, A or B or both. You plug this in the same way you would with the other microphones using the cord at the top of the wireless receiver. There's a clip on the back of both of the wireless microphones that you can use to attach to a pocket, or you can just hold it in your hand. The wireless receiver, you can hold in your hand, but there is also a mount that you can attach it to the camera. The VoiceOver USB mics are on the mic stand. These plug into your computer USB port, so you can do voiceovers and narrate. You need to choose the USB option when setting up the microphone. These mics have a mini tripod, which makes it easier to use. We also have wireless mics that connect to your phone. These are kept behind the circulation desk, so you need to ask either myself or an adult behind the desk to use them. You always want to do a mic check before you leave the room. This is important. You don't want to be videoing and find out that you don't have sound and have to redo it. To do this, you can either tap on the mic or speak into it to see if the sound bar bounces on the camera screen. For the phone or for the new cameras, you're going to want to speak into the mic and play it back to see if you can hear it. When you return the mics, you must wrap the cords and use a wire tie. Keep the wire ties on the cords when you go out into the hall so you don't lose them, and they're there when you need to wrap the cords. Whatever you do, don't do this. Don't strangle the mic with the cord. Don't wrap it tightly. Everyone wants to wrap the cords tightly, but that is bad. If you wrap them too tightly, after time they can bend and fray or damage the wires. And then they need replaced. And these things cost money. Again, keep those wire ties on so they're not all over the building. This is the proper way to wind the cord. You want to wrap it loosely around your hand. And then pinch it together to make a figure 8 in the middle. Take the wire tie and wrap it around the middle. And then you can put it away. The red, orange, and yellow cameras have little mounts on the bottoms to attach them to the tripods. Don't try to remove the mounts because constantly taking them on and off will strip the screw and we won't be able to use that mount anymore. The tripods are color-coded to match the cameras that have the correct mounts. You sign out the tripods like any other equipment. They're not hard to use, but the yellow one is tricky. You have to match the arrows on the camera on the base to the ones on the tripod. Otherwise, it gets stuck. Sometimes there are issues with the recording equipment. Something isn't working right or is broken. You can try some basic troubleshooting like turning it off and on again or, wiggling a wire or something. Otherwise, put it in the broken equipment basket. You can use the QR code to let me know what's wrong with it. Just know accidents happen, wear and tear happens. You won't be in trouble if you find a problem. Just be sure to let me know. When you use your own phone to record video, you want to be sure to hold it sideways, horizontally. That way you get the same widescreen effect that you would see on a TV or a video screen or a computer monitor. The other way to hold your camera is up and down. When you put it on a wide screen, such as a computer, or when you put it in WeVideo, you've got a problem because it is not going to fill the whole width of the screen. So you want to be sure to hold it horizontally. Two things that you need when you go into the hall to film are a lanyard and a walkie-talkie. The lanyard shows people that you are filming for digital media. The walkie-talkie lets me get a hold of you for whatever reason and for you to get a hold of me. The lanyards hang here. Make sure you put it back when you're done. Our new walkie-talkies are over in the corner, and as you can see, they are color-coded, and each one is given a name in alphabetical order. Make sure that you return it to its correct spot when you're finished. This knob is the on-off button as well as being the volume. When you turn it on, it should say 6, because 6 is the correct channel for all of our walkie-talkies. This other knob adjusts it. If it is not 6, you move it until you hear it say 6. When you are finished, make sure that you turn it back off before you put it away. When you want to talk into the walkie-talkie, you press and hold the orange button on the side. You need to let it go when you're through speaking so the person can respond to you. When you are done, you need to put the walkie-talkie back into its base. Sometimes it doesn't want to go, as you can see here, so make sure it is seated properly so it can charge.